Here are the top 5 U.S. presidents who are considered among the most significant in the history of the country. Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln. Family. Lincoln came from a humble farming background. He was born to Thomas and Nancy Lincoln, who were farmers living in a log cabin. Place of birth: February 12, 1809, in the state of Kentucky. Education: Lincoln was largely self-taught. While he attended various schools, he did not receive formal higher education, which was uncommon at the time. His love of reading and learning drove his intellectual growth. Term in office: he served as president from 1861 until his assassination in 1865, during which he led the country through the Civil War. Political achievements: Lincoln is most renowned for his leadership during the Civil War, his efforts to preserve the Union, and his strong stance against slavery. He issued the Emancipation Proclamation in 1863, which declared the freedom of slaves in Confederate-held territory. Moreover, his leadership directly contributed to the passage of the 13th Amendment to the Constitution, which abolished slavery in the United States. His determination to unite the nation during one of its most tumultuous periods has solidified his place as one of the most impactful U.S. presidents. Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Franklin D. Roosevelt. Family. Roosevelt was born into a high-profile and wealthy family. His father, James Roosevelt, was a businessman, while his mother, Sarah Delano Roosevelt, came from an affluent family of the Roosevelt lineage in New York. Place of birth: January 30, 1882, in Hyde Park, New York. Education: Roosevelt graduated from Harvard University and later studied law at Columbia University, though he did not complete his degree. His education in law helped prepare him for his future career in public service. Term in office: Roosevelt served an unprecedented 4 terms from 1933 to 1945, guiding the nation through 2 of its most challenging periods, the Great Depression and World War II. Political achievements: Roosevelt is best known for his New Deal programs, which were a series of initiatives designed to address the devastating effects of the Great Depression. These included financial reforms, relief programs, and public works projects that helped revive the U.S. economy. On the global stage, Roosevelt played a crucial role in World War II, helping to secure victory for the Allied forces while also transforming the U.S. economy into a wartime powerhouse. His leadership in establishing Social Security and other vital reforms marked a lasting legacy in American policy. Theodore Roosevelt. Theodore Roosevelt family. Roosevelt was born into a wealthy and well-known family. His father, Theodore Roosevelt Sr., was a businessman, and his mother, Martha Bullock Roosevelt, came from a family with plantation roots. Place of birth: October 27, 1858, in New York City, New York. Education: he graduated from Harvard University, where he studied history and political science. His intellectual curiosity and love for learning continued throughout his life. Term in office: Theodore Roosevelt served as the 26th president from 1901 to 1909 after succeeding William McKinley following his assassination. Political achievements: Roosevelt is celebrated for his progressive reforms, particularly in the areas of conservation, trust-busting, anti-monopoly, and labor rights. He passed significant antitrust legislation and advocated for policies that broke up large monopolies to ensure fair competition. He was instrumental in creating the National Park System, protecting millions of acres of land for conservation. Roosevelt was also the first sitting president to win the Nobel Peace Prize, which he received for his role in mediating the Russo-Japanese War, demonstrating his commitment to peace and diplomacy. George Washington. George Washington family. Washington was born into a wealthy plantation family. His father, Augustine Washington, was a planter and landowner in colonial Virginia. Place of birth: February 22, 1732, in Westmoreland County, Virginia, which was part of the British colonies at the time. Education: Washington had a limited formal education, receiving much of his learning at home and through personal study. His education was basic, with a focus on practical subjects like surveying and military tactics. Term in office: Washington served as the first President of the United States from 1789 to 1797, after leading the country to victory in the American Revolutionary War. Political achievements: Washington's legacy as the first President of the United States is profound. He helped establish the office of the presidency, setting many precedents, including the tradition of a two-term limit. He also played an essential role in the formation of the U.S. Constitution and in the creation of a new functioning government. Washington's leadership and character earned him the title Father of the Nation, and he is highly regarded for his efforts to establish a stable, lasting government. 5. Lyndon B. Johnson. Lyndon B. Johnson. Family. Johnson was born into a poor farming family in Texas. His father, Sam Ely Johnson, Jr., was a farmer, and his mother, Rebecca Baines Johnson, was a teacher. Place of birth: August 27, 1908, in Stonewall, Texas. Education: Johnson attended Southwest Texas State Teachers College, now Texas State University, where he earned a degree in teaching. He later became involved in politics, where his passion for public service and social reform grew. Term in office: Johnson became the 36th President of the United States after the assassination of John F. Kennedy in 1963. He served until 1969. Political achievements: Johnson is best known for his Great Society programs, a series of initiatives that aimed to eliminate poverty and racial injustice in America. His administration passed landmark civil rights legislation, including the Civil Rights Act of 1964 and the Voting Rights Act of 1965. Johnson also made significant investments in education, health care through Medicare and Medicaid, and efforts to combat poverty.